Hey guys, Mysterion here. It's currently 1 in the morning, and you know what? I thought I'll do some videos, and today we are going to talk about Harry Styles. And I sort of forgot he existed. I'll be honest, I really did. Like I think he's got a new song, but I don't know what it's called in all honesty. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Harry Styles, and the reason I want to talk about Harry Styles is because there's a picture of him that's trending at the moment. It's a picture of him in a dress, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to talk about it. Harry Styles in a dress, and my thoughts on it. What I will say is, it's odd. I know people are not going to like that, but I'm going to be honest, it's odd. And I'll tell you why it's odd. You know, it's against the norm. Okay? We have a stereotype of gender. The fact of the matter, there is a stereotype of gender. It exists. And if you say it doesn't exist, you're blind. You are. There is a stereotype. Now, of course, in society, we're moving away from that stereotype. Uh, we have more men who, dress like I do, very, very much not like manly men. You have men who wear nail polish, for instance, which is traditionally a women's thing. You have a lot of stuff like that, and you have the women who are tomboys who act more like how stereotypical men act, but they are women. So, of course, there's a stereotype. We have to acknowledge there's a stereotype. And that's why what Harry Styles is doing is weird. It's against the norm, right? Now, do I think that's necessarily a bad thing? No, not really. Not really. Look, in the grand scheme of things, no matter how weird or stupid I might think he looks, or how you feel about it, right? Because I think a guy wearing a dress isn't, it doesn't look great, but that's my opinion. If they want to wear a dress, at the end of the day, who cares, right? Because we can think that it looks weird or stupid, but the fact of the matter is, it doesn't affect us, right? If it doesn't hurt anyone else, then let them do it. Who cares? And I find it so funny because people are getting triggered about it, right? People are getting very triggered about it. Like there are people who straight up think that it's bad. Like and they look at religion, for instance. Like I was seeing so many things on Twitter about people just like, they are posting gospel crap about it and saying that, oh, men in society are becoming weaker and all this nonsense. Now, it does just because the person wears a dress, that does not mean they're becoming weaker. It doesn't mean that men are becoming weaker. What if you're wearing? Because that's the thing, right? If you are saying that a man wearing a dress is considered weakness, and a dress is considered women's clothing, you are essentially saying you think women are weaker than men. That's what you're sort of inferring when you say that. And that's problematic because whilst, physically speaking, genetically speaking, majority of the time, men are stronger than women physically most of the time. To say that, like, overall, men are stronger than women is wrong. I think, it's a case by case basis. And the problem is that we shouldn't judge a person's strength based on what they wear. I don't think that's right. Because whilst it might look weird or it might look, dodgy, I personally wouldn't wear a dress unless I lost a massive bet. Um but, you know, that's just me. Um, it's something that we shouldn't really care about. I don't know why people get so triggered. Like at the end of the day, who cares? Like straight up, who cares? Right? You can be a manly man, your Lynx Africa, I was about to say, what was I gonna say? I've forgotten what I was gonna say. There was a character, it was a Disney character, I forgot his name now, and he chops wood down and he's like 10 feet tall. It's something Bunyan. I forgot his name. Anyway, you can be that, and you can have your Lynx Africa and all your chains or whatever you're doing, and your 9mm, and you can be a manly man if you want. I don't really care, right? But there's no real issue with him wearing a dress, even though it looks weird. You know, at the end of the day, who really cares, right? If you're seriously that triggered about him wearing a dress, you haven't got much going on. In all seriousness, right? Because there are more important things in this world. In 2020, come on. In 2020, we didn't have the time to be worrying about this dude wearing a dress. All right, we need to worry about getting the stupid vaccine out, and we need to just get the thing out, all right, so I can go clubbing normally, and I can go back to uni. That's what we want to happen, right? We need these lockdowns to end, and we get everybody the jab. That's what we should do. But no, we've got people on the internet who, they're like, no, you can't wear a dress. It's against Jesus, or whatever they say, right? Okay, you know what? I have to be honest. I just think it's stupid that people look at religion in a way where they need to judge everybody for what they do. I don't agree with that whatsoever. So I'll be more specific. So gay marriage, for example, right? Religious people in the past, maybe not now, because we're becoming more and more progressive in society. But 10 years ago, say, right? 10 years ago, you could, gay people were frowned upon by Christians and that because in the Bible, it talks about how gays are bad and like Sodom and Gomorrah and things like this, right? Right? Now, that's wrong. You shouldn't use a book that was written thousands of years ago to justify your beliefs today. You have to come on. Look. I don't mean to frown on people's religion. I think religion's good if it motivates you to be a better person and it gives you some sort of hope to go on. That's the good thing about religion, right? The religion isn't inherently bad. It's just people, right? Because people sort of use religion negatively, and that's an example of it. They judging gay people irrationally. That's an example. And also with Harry Styles, right? People use religion to justify why it's bad, and religion is from thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, we used to execute people. Thousands of years ago, there were invasions a lot of the time, not as much as today, right? Society's changing. You can't be stuck in the past. Now, I don't, but at the same time, I think it's okay to criticize, but you shouldn't be using things like religion. That's not, I think you can criticize, right? You can say, like, for example, for me to say that Harry Styles looks weird in a dress, I don't think that's wrong, right? It's not wrong for me to say that. But do I think he shouldn't be allowed to wear a dress? No, I don't really care if he wears a dress. I just, and that's the real thing. Because on the other side, right, you would have the people who would defend Harry Styles, and that if I was to say to one of them, Harry Styles looks weird in a dress, that they'd get all triggered, and for a fact they would, right? The libtards would come, man. The cancel culture would come, and you know it, right? So I think we need to allow open dialogue on both sides, but at the same time we need to not use things that are not really relevant, like the Bible written thousands of years ago. That's not really relevant. Come on, realistically, society's changed so much. Why would you rely on quotes from a book of something that may or may not have actually happened? Right? I'm agnostic myself, so so that basically means maybe I do. God could exist, but at the same time, he might not. That's basically what being agnostic is about. It's about understanding what both sides think and being open upon evidence. So I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm an atheist, but I'm definitely not religious either. So it's a weird thing. But yeah, I would just say that at the end of the day, guys, in all honesty, who cares if he wears a dress? Because realistically, we need to get that stupid jab, right, to get COVID-19, the no-no virus, gone. And then we need to end this year, and next year, we need to work on our goals, whatever it is. Maybe it's getting money, maybe it's getting women. I'm not going to say the actual thing I was going to say, but yeah, getting women, or getting an education, or getting a job, whatever the hell it is. And we need to focus on that. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Hope to see you in the next episode. If you have any topics to recommend me, please do. As you can see, I've updated the channel a little bit. On the right-hand side, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.